Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Shakespeare here on the 29th of September 2022. I'm here with psychic medium and a remote viewer, Liz Cross. How are we doing today, Liz?
Oh, very well, considering it's Mercury retrograde. We thought we would do this one just to see what on earth is going on.
Yeah, so apparently Mercury's been retrograde from about the 9th of September until about the 1st, I believe, of October. Mercury's all about communications, and things sort of can go a bit wrong. So let's ask, shall we?
Yeah. What would you like to know?
What is the main effect? See, I'm no astrologer. Why does Mercury have to go retrograde?
Oh, that's a good question. So I'm going to probe Mercury. Why do you have to go retrograde? To keep a balance. It's all about keeping a balance in the universe.
So in layman's terms, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back type of thing, or 1 step forward, 1 step back, or 2 steps forward and 1 step back? I don't know.
What are you doing? The foxtrot? Let's see. What? I feel like it's like 5 steps back. It really pulls you back.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It really, I mean, in a lot of different ways. It's like it likes to have the shock factor, right? The shock value. And it really instills a lot of horrific things. I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest with you, but things that you thought were a surefire bet that it was going to be this way, particularly in relationships, it just like shocks you. It's something happens and it just shocks you. Things also break down. People lose jobs. People are unwell. It just has a lot of things going on to pull you back.
Right. But this is sort of by design, if you like, thing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is by design. All the planets are very influential and they all have different roles to play. And when we've probed the planets before, it really is all about magnetic pull. So when it's in retrograde, it's showing me it's pulling us back. It's pulling us back.
Right.
It's almost like we need to change direction. It's almost also like the big reveal as well.
Okay. Some astrologers believe that, Mercury retrograde can lead to sort of, misunderstandings, travel and communications getting disrupted, that type of thing, flights being delayed, anxiety, confusion around work projects, headache, miscommunication. Generally, that's what I would associate with Mercury retrograde. What would be the point of this, though? Why would it want to cause miscommunication? Why would it want to cause disruptions and things like that?
Because it's what it just said to me was it's a wake-up call, right? It's another example of why we are not in control of our lives. It throws you for a loop. What else is going on? Why else do you do that? It makes you think. It makes you sit back and take stock of what's going on in your life. And then that is a big message from the universe, right? Because if you're just eat, work, and sleep, and you're just going through the motions and you get to the end of your lifespan, it's almost like you've wasted your life here on Earth. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a job. Don't, that's not what I'm saying. But if you're just robotic or automated, that's not working out too well. That's not why you're here. So, Mercury retrograde tries to, it's like a wake-up call.
Okay.
I actually feel very strange connecting to the planet Mercury. It's very weird.
Okay.
There's like a lot of resistance in the signal line.
Is it okay to carry on, or would you rather drop?
Yeah, no. We'll keep going.
Okay. All right. So if you, I mean, okay, something. Is it true then that when Mercury is not retrograde after this finishes, then all the things that Mercury retrograde is famous or infamous for, then the opposite will apply? So in other words, instead of miscommunication, you get good communication. Instead of, brain fog or whatever, you get clarity. Instead of travel or, being disrupted, everything goes on time. Is that, can that be taken from this?
That everything works even better. No, it does. No, it's not the opposite effect. It's sort of like a starting over again, right? It's not that everything then runs really smooth. It's that, wow, you're having to start over again and you have to work back up to that smoothness. When everything is going in full swing and it's going very well, then here comes another Mercury retrograde to pull it all back again. You see, that's how the universe works. It's push, pull all the time.
Right. So a bit like everything else, then it runs in cycles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I mean, today, I believe when I looked on my moon phase that it is now the waxing crescent of the moon. So that's interesting to me. Let me ask Mercury this. Now that it's a waxing crescent, does that mean the Mercury retrograde will be a little bit easier? No, God, I'm surprised by that because, a waxing moon is better than a waning moon. So a waxing moon is where things are going well. Animals use waxing moon all the time. When it's a waning moon, it's taking away, right? So I thought maybe the moon would be able to overpower Mercury, the Mercury retrograde. Is it able to overpower the retrograde? No. Mercury is very strong, even though it's not a big deal. But Mercury has really strong magnetic power. I mean, the Earth does too, but the Earth is more centered. I'm sorry, the moon does too, but the moon is more centered around the emotions of people, the emotions of living beings on and around the planet. Okay. Whereas Mercury has absolutely nothing to do with emotions. I don't feel that at all. Mercury it's almost like if I'm probing it as an entity, it has no empathy at all. It's almost like a narcissist, right? No empathy. So it's really different. Where a lot of the planets do have emotional attachments, Mercury does not. I don't feel a whole overwhelming of emotions coming out of Mercury. It's very cold, as in, personality wise. It's very reserved. It has a job to do. It does it well.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah. So
right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think that's all we need to know for Mercury, I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm probably not the best person to do this one because, you know.
Well,
But,
it does help if we do have some knowledge. Well, not
yeah.
me, but you. So if anybody does have questions for anything astrology related, we would love those questions. Of course, you can drop them on the Discord. Mr. Shakespeare has his own category there. You can contact me. You can email me. You can drop it on the YouTube comments, psychiclizcross.com. So it would be great if we did have a bit of an expert who can just fire off the questions like this. But I can't wait till this retrograde is over. I mean, it's just really thrown me for a loop. I've had two significant things happen. You know what else happened to me before? And I believe it was related to the Mercury retrograde. It was so strange. Last year, all three of our car batteries were dead, right? It was just the weirdest thing. Like, how do you have three dead car batteries in one day? Like, none of the cars would start on the drive. And I thought that is definitely some sort of energetic interference coming in. And when I tried to look into it, it felt like it was coming from sort of planetary interference. There was obviously some sort of energetic wave that came through and knocked out all our car batteries. And two of them were new. So, the planets will play tricks on you like that.
All right. Okay. All right.
So, any other questions?
Not for Mercury. No, thank you.
No? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.